Hanging out with us. Thanks for being part of the program. Thanks for spending your afternoon with us here on 1290. Got an interesting show planned for you today. And again, you know what? Full transparency, I tell you. If we're going to have a bad show, I'll tell you, hey, listen, there's just not a lot to talk about today. If we're going to have a really good show with some good guests, I'll always brag about it. Today is one of those days. Coming up on the program, Kate Reese will make her 2022 debut. Friend of the program. I got a chance to sit down with her today over at McHale Center. So we'll talk to the Arizona basketball star as they get ready to start their season. And we'll have Adia Barnes on the show, by the way, on Friday here on 1290. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. What else am I going to do today? Dave Hickey stops by for our weekly visit at 4 o'clock today. So we'll talk with Dave Hickey. And, you know, we have Arizona Insiders. So at 5 o'clock every day on the program, I say, okay, listen, let's get guys that really, really know what they're talking about. Let's get guys that really understand Arizona football because they played or they broadcast, or there's just a whole bunch of different reasons why we go out and get the insiders that we do. So normally on Tuesdays, we have Lamont Hunley, legendary Arizona football player. Now, Lamont's on vacation, so we said, well, what are we going to do? Do we go out and just get somebody that writes a blog or social media stuff?
I just started a website, but know nothing about football.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So here's what I did. We went out and got Sweet D, David Adams. He's going to sit in today and be our Arizona Insider at 5 o'clock. So we'll do that on the program today as well. So I've got Kate Reese. I've got Dave Hickey for his exclusive Tuesday interview with us. And David Adams is going to join us. Plus, you know what today is, don't you? You know what today is, don't you? Today's Tuesday. You know what we do on Tuesday? We give things away on Tuesday on this radio show. So today, courtesy of our sponsor, Dragoon Pills, we're going to give out a $25 gift card that you can use to grab some Dragoon Pills, your new best friend. So all of that's coming up on the program today. So we've got a lot to get to on the show today. Now, quick reminder. We have a ticket stop going on right now. What? What's a ticket stop, Rich? Well, guess what? I've got you hooked up. I've got you hooked up right now because here's what we're doing.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. I've got a ticket stop going on for you today. So we got together with a bunch of our sponsors and said, hey, listen, we want to make sure fans get a chance to go out to the game. We want to see fans go out and watch the Wildcats play this week. So what we've done is, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, if you listen to this radio show or you follow us on Twitter, at Wildcats1290, we'll tell you where we're having our ticket stops. You get there before everybody else. So I will tell you this today. Our ticket stop is at Nova Home Loans on East Broadway, 6245 East Broadway. We've got Arizona Wildcat tickets to give out. Just go look for the crew out there. While supplies last, we have Arizona football tickets to give away. We're going to take them all around town. That way we get as many fans getting out to the stadium as we can. So coming up right now, as we speak, if you go out to Nova Home Loans, find the Wildcat Radio 1290 crew right now. It's on East Broadway, 6245 East Broadway. We will hook you up with tickets. Why? Because we're the home of the Arizona Wildcats. All right, with that being said, let's see what's rattling around in Rich's big old head today, shall we?
Warning. The following segment might trigger some listeners, and 1290 does not take responsibility for the following content.
What the hell is going on?
It's time for The List, as we explore the sick, twisted mind of our host, Rich Herrera.
And that's when things got bad.
And the list of things he is thinking about in that huge size 8 Chrome Magnum head of his.
Look at the size of that boy's head. That's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. Has its own weather system.
It is a rather big noggin, I will tell you that. All right. Oh, by the way, welcome everybody who's watching us on the stream. Let me say hi to JW Madden as well. Hello, JW.
Hello, Rich. How you doing?
I'm great. Hey, did you see the new piece of accoutrement that we have in the studio today?
I don't know. Did I?
I don't know. Can you see it? It's on the screen. Can you see it on the screen over here?
I can see the screen, but it's so far away. I'm an old man now, Rich, so I can't see that good.
So look what I have.
Ah, yes. I do see that helmet that you
I'm going to
have.
hold this up. I have an Arizona football helmet now for the studio. That is pretty cool, huh?
Very nice.
Authentic. Gamer.
How many stickers are you going to have on that by the end of the season?
Oh, I don't know. I've got 2 team captains. I got a team captain with me. I've got some pretty good football players. It's pretty cool. So I got that today to add to our accoutrements of the radio station.
The only thing it's missing, Rich, is a little bit of a grass stain on the top.
Oh,
It's a
this thing
little
is-
too clean.
Yeah, this thing is sweet. So now in the studio, I've got my own Arizona football helmet next to us because it's football season. But then you noticed, I don't know if you can see this on the camera for those of you watching the stream. You know what I also have in here? An Arizona basketball signed by Lute Olson. So I think I got the best of everything, right?
Yeah, I think you got most bases covered, although you are a baseball person. So
Right.
maybe
Hello,
you got to get
Chip.
a home plate in here or something.
Hello, Chip Hale. We could, use something for the baseball team. Chip, come on. I'll ask Chip. I'm sure he'll give us something. What should we ask for Chip? Like a base?
An original seat from High Corbett,
That would be cool.
right behind you there on the wall somewhere.
Yeah, that would be cool. In my office, I have a base.
Yeah.
I have a base from Tropicana Field.
Oh, nice.
It sits up there. You want to know why it's sitting on my office here?
Tell me.
Because my wife said if I don't get rid of it, she's going to throw it away.
Right. It can't be in the house anymore, is what you're saying.
No, because I got so much stuff. I almost thought of doing this. I almost thought of having a contest. Win stuff out of Rich's garage that he can't sell on eBay.
Right.
Like all
Rich's-
the old bobbleheads and stuff that I have sitting in my garage.
Rich's memorabilia garage sale.
Yes, exactly. All right, let me tell you. Here's what's rattling around in my big old head today. Busy week around here. We got football. Arizona taking on Colorado on Saturday. But we got hoops coming up as well. Hooray! Tommy Lloyd 2.0. All coming up this week. So it's a busy week here on 1290 and around Arizona. I was at the presser today for the defensive coordinators. Here's my takeaway from Brennan Carroll and Johnny Nance. And I thought they were both very, very candid. A lot of times you don't get candid talk from the coaches. I thought both were very, very candid. And both said, listen, let's just be candid. Let's just be honest. We got work to do. So Johnny Nance had talked quite a bit about his defense being run on for 2 weeks in a row. Brendan Carroll talked about the offensive line has got to be physical, JW. So basically, here's the deal. It's time for this coaching staff to earn their cash. It's time for this coaching staff to earn their bones. This team is 2-2. Right now, it's all down to the work in the trenches. So as Nansen explained, it's gap integrity, it's assignment and alignment, and it's physicality and it's technique. So here's the big difference between last year and this year. Here's my takeaway after listening to Johnny Nansen today. Number one, and by the way, just reminding everybody, Nansen's the new defensive coordinator. Here's the deal. He said it. He put it on himself. I respect him for this. Remember, this is the first time he's ever been a defense coordinator. He says it's on me. I got to do a better job of coaching these guys up. I got to do a better job of preparing my men to go into battle. Listen, he meant every word of that. He takes it personally. That's why I love the slogan, it's personal. I take this radio show personally. JW, I know you take pride in your work, it's personal.
I do.
Right? And I think Johnny Nansen lives that, it's personal. So here's what's going on. And this is what I'm deducing now from watching the film, talking with people that know the game better than I do, and listening to Johnny Nansen. We got guys that are trying to do too much. So many times they talk about how disciplined is your football team. Discipline means doing the job that you have in front of you. What do they call that on game day? You had one job.
Right.
And that's basically what it is. You have one job to do. Do your job and nothing more. Now, that's counterintuitive for me. Like if I see my teammate failing or wobbling or starting to give a little ground, I'm going to jump over there to help him. That's sometimes the worst thing in the world you could do. So what basically is happening for the Arizona Wildcats, the defense is trying to do too much. They're trying too hard. They're trying to win too hard. When you play golf and I'm just going to hit this thing 300 feet down the fairway. I'm going to just grip it and rip it, let the big dog eat, break out the weapon of mass destruction, and let's go. And then you usually hit it not past the women's tees, or you hit it in the next fairway and everybody laughs at you. It's because you tried too hard. There's a law of diminishing return. And Arizona football is at that law of diminishing return right now with the defensive front. They're trying too much instead of the one gap I have, and this is my only gap. I've got to defend this part right here, between here and between here. And that's all I should be looking at. But all of a sudden they see something on the other side like, do I need to go help over there? So they start cheating back over there instead of just taking care of your one gap. The hardest thing in the world to do, and I've had to learn this the hard way, folks, in my personal life. I can't save everybody, nor should I save everybody unless I'm asked to. So, JW.
Yes, sir.
We've got 5 radio stations in this building, right? What's my responsibility?
Your responsibility is this afternoon show and the pre and post game and whatever else is on the programming for the station.
What happens if one of the other radio stations isn't doing their job? Something happens in the middle of this radio show. What am I supposed to do?
Well, you're not supposed to do anything, but I would hope that if you could do something, that you would offer your help, but it's not your responsibility.
But what is so if I abandoned let's say one of the other radio stations caught on fire.
Sure.
And I ran out of this building to go help them. What would happen to this radio station?
Well, if you didn't help them, this would catch on fire too, because that's how fires work. But you
I have a responsibility right here.
You would need to stay here if that meant that would prevent this place from catching on fire.
Because guess what happens? If I run over there to put that fire out, now I got 2 fires because I'm fighting that fire and I just abandoned my post right here. That's the part about discipline. We always talk about disciplined football teams. Why is Utah always so good? They're disciplined. So what I'm figuring out right now with Arizona football is you've got guys that want to win. Johnny Nansen said it a week ago. These guys want to play for their brothers. They want to work so hard. They want to sell out 100% all the time. But with that comes discipline in order to be a football team that's victorious. So I want to sell out for the guy next to me. I get all of that. But boy, I better make sure I take care of my business right here as well. I better make sure I take care of my business right here as well. And what we're seeing is the Arizona Wildcat defense selling out to help their brother, but they're not taking care of business at home. They're running to go help that other radio station's on fire instead of taking care of business here on 1290. Because it doesn't do me any good to go help 1400 KTUC if nobody's here to do a radio show on 1290. Now I got 2 stations that aren't getting their job done. These are fixable problems. On the other side, Brendan Carroll, I asked him, how do you get back in tempo? What's going on? How can you, what's the deal? He simply stated, you know what? We got to be physical. We should have come back out and scored and been physical at the point of attack and got after it in that second half, and we didn't. And that's the thing that we've got to figure out is how to make ourselves physical all the time to get that tempo offense going. Without being physical, we can't get that tempo offense going. We can't help Jaden DeLore get the ball down the field. We can't get the ball to Dorian Singer. We can't get the ball to Jacob Cowing, to either T-Mac, the tight end, or T-Mac, the super sensational freshman. We can't get the ball to Wiley unless at the point of attack, we are physical. So let me just put it to you this way. The work to be done is in the trenches. And if Arizona's going to be victorious this year, it's going to have to be the guys in the trenches. It's going to have to be Ricky Hunley's crew, Jason Kafusi, and Coach Nansen. And it's going to have to be Carroll. And it's going to have to be Pow Pow in the trenches for the Arizona Wildcat coaching staff to get these guys right. That happens. I still think this is a team that's good enough to go to a bowl game. But, guys, they're going to have to figure this out and figure it out quick because every team and their brother is going to come run at the Cats until they show that they can't do it. All right, team's 2-2. What am I expecting out there Saturday? What do you got for me, Tucson? What do you got for me, Wildcat fans? How many are you going to show up out there? Do I get 20,000 out there? No, I think we could do better than that. Do I get 30,000 out there? Do I get 40,000 out there? I don't know. Weather's going to be perfect. It's a 6:30 start, so it's not too late. And by the way, can I just say this? Tucson, stop whining and bellyaching. You know what, JW? There's just way too much whining and bellyaching in America
What
today.
are they whining about now, Rich?
Start times. I don't want it to be that late. I don't want it to be that too. It's a start time. Just show up. You know, everybody wants to complain about everything. How about we just get our job done? What's your job? Tucson, you got one job to do. What is it? My opinion, if you're a Wildcat fan, it's to get out there and support the team. I don't care what time it is. Yeah, I get it if it's the middle of the day, like I think Arizona State's playing at 1 o'clock. That's going to be brutal. We're playing at 6:30. You got one job to do if you call yourself a Wildcat fan, and that's to get out there and root for the team. Heck, the Cats have a flash sale right now. I'm giving tickets away over at Nova Home Loans. Ticket stop right now. East Broadway. You can go get a free ticket to get out to the game. Cats have a flash sale, 25% off. You got one job to do, Tucson. Will you do it? If you call yourself a Wildcat fan, you walk around repping all day long. What are you going to do on Saturday? Stay home? Or are you going to get out there and root for these kids and get behind them against Colorado? And the week after that against Oregon?
Rick,
what you going to do, Tucson?
I think sometimes fans think of going to the stadium and having it be half empty. And so they're thinking, do I want to go Saturday? Well, I don't want to be one of those guys with nobody around me. Do you know what the totals for the attendance were for the first two games?
What's that?
46,000. That's 92 capacity, 92% for the Mississippi State. And North Dakota State game, 41,000 people showed up. So that's 82% capacity. So there's already a huge amount of Tucsonans going to these games. If you want to be the last 20% to go, you're just going to be part of a full stadium
and by the way,
cheering on the Cats.
By the way, if that's your attitude, I don't want to sit in the half-empty stadium, then get your butt in there. And then we help fill up the stadium. What else do I want to talk about today? Oh, you feel the buzz for tomorrow? Tomorrow's a special day.
Tell me.
September 28th.
Your birthday?
It is actually my birthday tomorrow. We're going on the road.
I heard that you were going to a special occasion place to do birthday stuff.
Dragoon Brewing tomorrow will host the program. I'm throwing myself a birthday bash. Me and all my friends. Well, you got to work, so it's just going to be me. Tomorrow, we'll have my birthday radio show at Dragoon Brewing. Now, the other reason there's a buzz growing. Have you looked at Arizona basketball social media? There's a video of Sean Elliott and Steve Kerr getting a bag with gear in it. And it says 9/28/2022. We'll ask Dave Hickey about it, but I think tomorrow we see the reveal of the new Arizona basketball jerseys. And I think they're going classic old school.
I hope they are.
I hope they are. Did you like the gradient?
I like them all. My favorite was probably mid to late. I like Steve Kerr and Sean Elliott's era.
I like that classic Arizona
they were really
look.
Clean, really clean jerseys for sure.
All right, so anyway, that's coming up tomorrow as well. And again, we've got a lot of shows out on the road. Last night we were at Desert Diamond Casino. Tomorrow we're going out to Dragoon Brewing. I'll give everybody the address if you want to come by, celebrate my birthday. Presents are accepted.
I got a question. So if you, on a standard remote, offer to buy somebody else dinner if they show up, what's the scenario tomorrow on your birthday?
I think people should buy me stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's the opposite?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of a big deal.
So come in and buy. So how many dinners are you going to eat tomorrow night, I think is the real question.
I don't know. But, people are going to be buzzing about it.
Rich out there just talking all day long.
That's what I do. I talk all day long. We'll be out at Dragoon Brewing tomorrow for the program. And then Friday we'll be at Illegal Pete's. And it'll be more of
Rich out there just talking all day long.
That's what I do. And that's what's rattling around in my big old head today. All right. Don't forget, today's program is brought to you by our friends at Dragoon Pills. It's your new best friend. A legit Pilsner made right here in Tucson. And don't forget today, Dragoon Pills from Dragoon Brewing. We're giving you a $25 gift card today, courtesy of Dragoon Pills. It's going to be a good show today. Kate Reese comes up. What time's Kate Reese coming on? She's coming on at 4:30. Dave Hickey at 4. And then Sweetie, David Adams, Arizona legend, joins us at 5. Man, I got a lot to get to. I want to get telephone calls. I decided that yesterday. You know what? We need to start having more fun on this radio show, right? There's times where I just... Today's story of the news is... Stop. I want to have more fun. I need more telephone calls. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290, the number for you to join us. Here's what I want to talk about next. How is Arizona going to change and flip the script to give me 4 quarters of football, consistently moving the ball? Brendan Carroll addressed that. We'll do that next. I'm Rich Herrera. That's JW. It's a day away from the biggest day of the year. Well, it's when Arizona's going to announce the new basketball uniforms, I think, in my birthday tomorrow over at Dragoon Brewing. All of that coming up here at 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back, Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Pulling
time.
on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear. They just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
All right, Rich Rare Radio Show rolls on here on the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Don't forget, Friday, Bear Down Fridays from Illegal Pete will broadcast from 3 to 6 as we get you ready for the Cats to take on Colorado on Saturday. It's sponsored by Corona, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Go Cats! All right, number for you to join us here on the program. And again, listen, I know there's a lot of people that listen. We went out yesterday, met a bunch of listeners. It was really cool. Met Jose, who's going to be a brand new listener, didn't know the station was around. Like, dude, come on. We're the home of the Wildcats. He goes, I love the Cats. So he's going to start listening now. We met him out at Desert Diamond Casino yesterday. Every day I meet somebody like, oh, I didn't even know there was a 1290. So we get new listeners all the time, and we have all of our regulars, and then we have our VIP callers like Paul and Phoenix and David, and I think Team Money probably has earned that right.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Keith, maybe. I don't know. He's okay. Keith, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm talking about. No, I do like Keith. No, I do like Keith.
He brings you food, right?
No, that's Jeff and the Catalina Mafia.
Oh, Jeff brings you food.
No. Keith's the one who always asks about my son, so he's definitely a winner right there. But for the rest of you, listen, we do this radio show. I like talking to you. It's a talk show. I don't throw out the number as much as I should, and we get a lot of guests on. So I was thinking about this when I was driving back from Desert Diamond Casino yesterday. Dude, we need to be more caller friendly and get more telephone calls on the show, because that's what I like doing. JW, I like talking to you. I like talking to Dragon Ball, but I want to talk to fans as well.
Sure.
I want to get their opinion. So let me throw this out at you. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290, the number for you to join us. What does it take to be a Arizona Wildcat football team that you know, respect, appreciate, and love? Now, that's going to be kind of a weird question, Rich. What are you talking about? What do you need to see out of this team? What do you need to see out of this team to embrace it, I guess, is what I'm looking for. What's it gonna take for Tucson to embrace this team more than it is right now? Because I think right now the support for the team is kind of lukewarm. I think lukewarm at best is the support for the team. So what's it going to take for Arizona Wildcat fans to jump in here and really get after it? Show up, be passionate, more than 30,000, more than 40,000. What do you look for? What would get you or your friends? Better, if you're listening to the program, you're going to go anyway. But what is it that Arizona looks for, craves, has an insatiable appetite for when it comes to football and its team? I know what we want in basketball. You want a winner, you want high flying, you want defense, you want some grittiness. And you want a team that passes the ball and moves around, and they play the style of that up-tempo style of basketball. I think everybody enjoys this version of Tommy Lloyd basketball. For football, what do you want? What do you need? What do you desire to really get excited about the Arizona Wildcats? Because it's been a while. The reason I ask you this, because I asked this question of Brendan Carroll, and he was very candid. So what's going on? How do you, when you look at the film and you go through what the Cats did, because last week, first half of the season, boom, 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 scored. Second half of the season, wah, wah, not as much. So what was it? And he said it begins at the point of contact and being physical. If our offensive line is pushing them back and we're getting a surge, then we get our tempo going. If we're playing back on our heels and they're winning that line of scrimmage, that initial battle in the line of scrimmage, it's hard to go up tempo if you're playing back on your heels. Brilliant statement. Makes so much sense. It's going to be all in the guys up front. It's going to be all in the guys up front to give you that kind of up-tempo offense. And we'll talk about the defense in just a little bit. But I'm wondering for Wildcat fans, what's it going to take for you to really embrace this team? What kind of team do you want? Is it going to be one that's high-flying, throwing the ball down the field? Is Arizona football all about running the ball down somebody's throat? What is it about Arizona football that really gets you going, that gets you to embrace the culture? Well, no, that's even a better way to put it. What is the culture that you want, Tucson, that gets you excited about the team?
I remember the 2 times in my lifetime the city got real buzzy about the football team. And that was Desert Swarm years when I was much younger. And then more recently, I think it was 2013 or 14, they had a chance to win the South. They had a chance to win the conference. They played Oregon in the final.
So is it all about winning?
Well, no. I don't think it's all about winning. I think you'll notice that the Zona Zoo is wrapping around, Rich, right? So, I mean, as far as the local support on campus and the surrounding area, it's off the charts right now. I think the issue is basic, as I've said this before, a lot of Tucson is transplant people not necessarily from here. They've got their allegiances to Michigan, to Florida, to all these other places they've come from. And when Arizona is making national news because they have the best defense that anybody's seen in 20 years, or they're beating Miami and holding them scoreless, or those kind of events, I feel like the casual, not necessarily went to the U of A type people, but maybe retired here, they also jump on and show a lot of support in the streets more so than coming off of a long losing streak. And again, that's not what real fans are, Rich. Real fans are the ones who are there, rain or shine.
Yeah, but I don't have enough of those, and I need more of those bandwagons to get excited.
Yes,
so what is it going to take? All right, number for you to join us, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Hey, this Friday we have a sweet deal for you from Squared Up Pizza. Get a $50 gift card for just $25 to use at Squared Up Pizza. It's located inside the Park Place Mall, locally owned and operated. They use top shelf ingredients. It tastes just like a slice in New York. Oh, that was the best thing about going to visit my son in New York City when you had pizza by the slice 24 hours a day. I'd have to try this out. Again, you can get a $50 gift card for just $25. This goes on sale Friday morning, 8:30, WildcatsRadio1290.com. All right, I'm going to get everybody's calls. Paul, everybody else, get your telephone calls coming up. I got a couple phone lines open, 520-848-1290. What is it going to take for this community? What are you looking for from Jed and his crew for you to get excited about Arizona football, to embrace it, to really get pumped up for it? We'll do that next. Open phone line, 520-848-1290. I'm Rich Herrera, J.W. Madden. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, WildcatsRadio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. for Bernard. Goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellas. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
a huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety.
90.
Radio show rolls on. Thanks for joining us. Rich Herrera with you. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. So this is just a thought. For Arizona football, they're starting to ramp up more interest. But what's it really going to take? Is it all about winning? Is there a certain style you want to see? What's going to make you really go back to embrace? And like JW said, and we always go back, well, I love Desert Swarm. Okay, I get that. But it's 2022 and Teddy Bruschi's working at ESPN in Bristol.
Yeah, he retired like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's not going to happen again, folks. So what keeps you from embracing this football program and getting excited, walking around everybody in Arizona gear on a Saturday? That's what I want to know. Let's go to Paul on line one. Paul, bear down. Welcome. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. How are you?
Good, Rich. Bear down. And JW hit it on the head. He kind of stole my thunder a little bit. But, you know, the memories that I have as a kid, and I know a lot of the fans, you know, some fans remember it, when we beat Washington, I want to say it was back in 90-something.
I think it was
and they were remember that? And I was in the upper deck on that particular day, and the stadium was rocking, and it was just, there's something, I just gave myself goosebumps right now. The stadium was rocking just when our defense would get out there, and the crowd would get behind that team, and teams like that.
So stop for a second.
Yep.
Why were the fans behind that team back then? Because I want to look forward, not backward. Because I can always say, well, you know, if we go back to being Desert Storm, well, like I said, Teddy Bruschi is not playing anymore, so I can't go there. But what was it? What was it about that moment that had everybody excited? Was it simply winning?
No, you know what? I don't think it was. I think, Rich, it was the aggressive nature of the team.
Bingo.
And the team's heart, and the Teddy Bruschis of the world, and the Byron Evans of the world, and those guys who made up that defense that were incredible. Just they weren't personalities back then, but they later became personalities. Okay, so of course that's what we want to do, is we want to build some of those kids now. Okay, but I think right now in our football, you know, history right now, not history, in our current football days, the offense is so catered to by the rules, okay? So it's very difficult to find a defense to say, hey, that defense for the year only gave up 17 points a game for the entire year. That just doesn't exist anymore, okay? So what I think as fans, I think we're going to hang our hat on it, and we're going to find this to be true with Coach Fish, is that Coach is creating, and I see it right now, and I'm sure everybody else is, Coach is creating NFL prospects. And again, I know that's, people are like, oh, come on, these are supposed to be student athletes. But he's creating NFL prospects right before our eyes. I mean, you know, Jacob Cowling and even Jaden DeLora, I can see those kids playing at the next level.
Okay, so we're getting lost here. What are we looking for today to get people to get excited about this football team?
Well, you know what it is then? For me, Rich, I am still looking, because we did make some key plays on defense early in the season. We had some turnovers, and that really gets the crowd juiced up. Plus, I look back to those aggressive, even special team plays, turn the average fan's attention. All of a sudden, a block punt, a punt return, what? And it gets the fans' attention from the standpoint of, holy mackerel, look at that team, what did they just do? Right now, though, unfortunately, that the predictable offense, we move the ball like, we're right up there, top 25 in the country as far as being able to move the ball up and down the field, and it looks really good. But I think the fans are like, well, okay, I think we just need to get some more aggressive defensive play, a few sprinkling some special teams plays in there, and then the explosive offensive plays are, I think we're going to see some of those this year.
Friends Jacob. That you have, no, okay, you're still preaching to the choir. I'm going to make you work at this one. You ready?
You're killing me.
Listen, you're a VIP caller. I expect more from you, right?
I know. Okay.
What about your friends? How would you get your friends? What would just a casual JW said? Listen, you're hardcore. You drive down on the Wildcat Express every weekend. We appreciate you. How do we get more people to come with you? I think what you're saying is, what is the personality of this team? Yeah. What are the brand traits of this Arizona Wildcat team? And the brand traits that I think everybody in this town remembers, respects, and longs for are underachievers that play like Wildcats, blue-collar work ethic, hard-hitting, grinding, punishing defenses, and a special teams that again go back to those undersized, walk-on guys that shock the world. That's what Arizona football's kind of known for, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Rich. But you know what, though? Again, but you got to understand. You look at the audience right now. Okay, 20 years ago, the crowd really looked at that and they fed off that. Now, it's a different crowd. This crowd, half the time they're on their phone.
Oh, no! See, now we're just getting back to being, get off my lawn, kids.
Right. Listen, but here's the thing.
No. Hold on.
Go ahead.
This is the first time we've ever argued. I kind of like it. Like I'm driving on campus. I had 4 kids almost walk into me today because they're looking at their phones and not paying attention, walking across the crosswalk. That just millennials and what are they called? iGens. I get all that part, but I guess what I'm looking for is what's going to get people excited for this team, and I think we figured it out. They're looking for a personality. Hey, Paul, I got to run.
Go.
Are we going to see this weekend?
I'll leave you with this. It's for me and for other people. If you look and see how well coached, and I'll say it one more time, how well coached this team is, I think that will slowly. It's going to take time. It'll slowly win people over. Thanks, guys. Bear down.
Are we going to see you this weekend?
Absolutely. I'll see you.
All right. I'll stop by and say hi. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Lewis on line 3. Welcome. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. Bear down.
Bear down, man. Thank you for having me on here. I just want to say I think that what we need as far as to get everyone excited again is to have that spark in our offense. I think they should go a little bit more play action. I think they have the personnel to do more play action, and I think they should stick to a play action based offense for the speed that they have. And then
you want to see more of an explosive play action, up tempo, boom, boom, boom. Let's move the ball down the field.
I don't want to see just excitement. I want to see wise play calling, because you can call out all the play action cross and get the defense to run into each other, or you can play smartly and just down in distance, just grind it out until you want to have the ball. You want to not only control the ball, control the tempo, but you want to keep their offense on the sideline as much as possible.
So what do you think?
Work.
So Lewis, you sound like a very knowledgeable football fan, and I'm grateful for you calling the program. What do you think for your neighbors that don't go out? What would get them excited about Arizona football?
Also, probably more of a spotlight, because you got all these. You got Oregon, you have Ohio State, you have all these teams that are able to make these plays. I think we just need to get that spotlight, because I think that when you had College game day come here, we were playing Oregon those few years, and we beat them. That's the type of
hype, excitement, things, a reason to be proud of them, I think, is what I'm getting from you.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like we since Rich Rodriguez scandal, that whole thing, I think we kind of lost a little bit of the confidence.
Some
I think we just need to build that confidence.
You know what, dude? Yeah. You just figured it out. We need some swagger around here, don't we?
Yep.
That's it. Hey, call back again, will you?
Oh, of course. I listen to you guys all the time.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
You know where swagger comes from, Rich? Is sustained excellence. And the rebuild is the word that people talk around, but you haven't said that. What you're saying is building.
Yeah.
They're building culture here, building, winning program here, 50 some odd new players this year. I think as far as the direction they're going in, now is not the moment where you're going to get this, they're beating number 1 teams. By the way, it was 1992, not 1990, when they beat number 1 Washington that year. Beating those top-ranked teams comes from the building process first, getting those players getting sustained success.
It starts somewhere.
And that's we're at B. You're talking about R or X, right?
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Let's go to David on line 2. David, bear down. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. How are you?
Hey, Rich, I'm doing well. Bear down.
Wait a minute. I didn't realize this is VIP call. Where have you been?
I have been busy with school, Rich.
Yeah, that's not an excuse.
It has been incredible.
That's not an excuse.
I tell you what, we've had a transition. 3 of our 4 principals have moved on, and we've got 3 new principals. And of course, what do they expect of the veteran teachers there? We have to take a bigger role. So I've been busy like all get out over there on campus. I do listen to you, though.
Listen. I can't do this show by myself. I mean, you've kind of let me down over the last couple weeks. I haven't heard from you. You haven't called.
Oh, no,
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know where you are. This is not what I'm looking for.
All right, now I don't feel too agreeable.
No, I'm not agreeable because I think you've kind of let us all down.
No, you know what? I do feel bad about that. I do feel like I've always wished that I could get in there more often. I know that when the school year starts, so it gets a little tough. When especially right now, this year has been a different animal altogether. But it's funny that I should talk about school because in order to answer your question, or at least attempt to answer your question, it really does come back to school. And when we talk about what is it going to take to get people back on board with these cats, with my coworkers, with my colleagues, we're old school. The group that I hang out with at the lunchroom and all that, we're old school guys. We want that run the ball down your throat, grind it out, 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of thing. That's the kind of football we like. We like good, tough-nosed defense. That's the type that, going back to the Desert Swarm, that's the type of personality we'd like to see with this team. Now, on the other side, though, when I talk to my students about why is it that they don't really enjoy watching the Cats, and they're not up-tempo enough, they're not passing the ball, they're not adapting to this new world of football where it's just aerial attack just all day long. And it's really kind of funny to see those two different worlds working together. And, it would be so nice to be able to get a mix of that, but it's so rare that you can get a team that can do that. It is so rare. But as far as the personality goes, I think our town is best suited for the blue-collar type of team.
I was thinking about that
that's
today.
The kind of town we are.
You know what?
I've thought about this question very deeply. I've consulted with my family, my friends, and my doctor.
I've been thinking about this a lot. I really have been thinking about this a lot. It is blue collar, and I think one of the things I think we got to do, and maybe you and I will start this, is we got to stop worrying about what happened in the past. Everybody keeps looking back, and what does Satchel Paige say? The moment you keep looking back, somebody's going to gain on you. Stop. We got to stop looking back and start looking forward to what I have right now.
Absolutely. In terms of what athletes are out there, what recruits are available to us, and if we're going to be going after top-notch recruits, what do they bring to the picture? And then we have to cater the game plan to those players.
Well,
and
you have to win. And that's the difference between the pros and the college ranks and the pros. If I want to run this offense and I don't have the guy to run it, well then NFL stands for not for long. I make cuts and I find somebody who can come in and do what I want. College, you adjust to what you have because you can't cut the whole team, and I can't go free agent if I have a quarterback that doesn't work or a wide receiver that doesn't work. So I think Arizona's getting that, and I think, as Brendan Carroll said, if they run the ball and they attack and they get people back on the hill, you'll see that tempo. But I think I'm going back to, for the first three callers that we've had, and again, I've been thinking about this.
I've thought about this question very deeply.
I've thought about this very deeply. I think we're trying to figure out, I think people are saying, I need an identity for Arizona football. We know the identity of Arizona basketball. It's going to be up-tempo, it's going to be run, it's going to be defense, it's going to be some high-flying, it's going to be some threes, and it's going to be fun. What can I say about Arizona football at this point?
Now, one of the things that I've always talked about this in regards to, what kind of a team are you? Are you a passing team that passes to open up to create the run, or are you a running team that runs to create the passing lanes? And I think that we need to identify, because we have the skill in both areas with this young team.
But you know what it boils down to, David? Hold on, David. You know what it boils down to? This team is being built, and nobody knows what it is yet.
Yes.
That's what I think it is. I think I finally, like they say at Harvard Business School, I cracked the code. This is a team that's building, and people are waiting to see what they're building. Am I getting a 2-story colonial with big columns up in front? Am I getting a Frank Lloyd Wright ranch-style house that goes across, 3 parcels of land? Am I getting a tent in the middle of the desert? Am I getting a prefab house? Is Jed's building this, and they're still putting it together? I think Arizona fans are trying to figure out what they're building, and they're not sure yet.
It's funny that you say that, Richie, because just today when we were sitting at the lunchroom talking about the analysis of this team, I said basically we need to be patient because what's going on here is we're still building the plane as we're in flight.
All right. Well, I guess I could forgive you. I just thought you were out running around and not paying attention.
Oh no, I listen to you.
Okay, well as long as you're listening,
and you know that I've texted you a few times here and there.
I get it. I just thought, hey, listen, I get your set. Being one of the first VIP callers, I know how busy you are. I know that you got all this going on.
It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilt liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
Listen, I understand, David, you have a hard time keeping these alligators down, but I would appreciate a little love every now and then.
You will definitely get that, Rich, and I'm telling you, to be able to keep up with, to be able to contribute to your gazillion-dollar text messaging system,
yes,
your $1 million movable camera, all those things, we've got to keep you in business here by calling you and keeping you active.
See, I like
Rich.
that. I like that. All right, thanks, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, you take care, Rich.
All right,
Bye.
take care. I love that guy. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow we're out on the road. It's my birthday. We're going to be out at Dragoon Brewing broadcasting tomorrow. And on Friday, we'll do the show from Illegal Pete's. There you go. By the way, Illegal Pete's, our show on Friday, brought to you by Corona, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Go Cats. All right, coming up, my exclusive conversation with Dave Hickey, the athletic director of the University of Arizona. Normally calls into the program. I actually went down to McHale. I had a bunch of interviews I had to do, so we actually sat down in his office. So we'll have that for you coming up next. In the bottom of the hour, Kate Reese, Arizona women's basketball star, joins us. Oh, don't forget at 5 o'clock, Sweet D, David Adams. He's our Arizona insider. Man, we're busy today. It's a Tuesday here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Exclusively on Wildcat. This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellis, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The Locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrio. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Imagining what it would be like to sit here with Tommy Lloyd and Jed Fish and Adia Barnes, and Chip Hale and Kalen Lowe and Dave Rubio, Mike Candrea probably in the corner over there sitting down at that table over there. It's this is a pretty impressive setup.
Well, thanks. It's a nice office. I'm privileged to be here, and as I always say, it's a real honor to be the athletic director here and follow in the footsteps of great people, all the way back to Pop McHale and Cedric Dempsey and Jim Livengood, and of course a good friend of mine, Greg Burns. It's just good to be part of the Arizona family, and many of those, all the way back to Ced, have sat right here in this office. So it's pretty neat longevity of really good people, and I'm just trying to keep things going in the right direction. So
you go back to Ced, you go back to Jim Livengood, who I got a chance to work with. I didn't get a chance to work with Greg Burns. How much of it is keeping your eye on what's going on today? Because we got to talk about the Red-Blue game coming up on Friday. We got to talk about the Colorado game, but then also the future and the vision of what's going to happen in 5 and 10 years.
Well, certainly there is that, like you said, immediate, what's going on this week, today, this month, this season. It is somewhat yearly in nature because you kind of start an academic/athletic season in a year and you roll it through and see where you are at the end of the year and do it again. But you need to be able to step back and be aware of the longer term vision, where we want to go. And you're doing that not only with programs we're evaluating, whether it's football or women's basketball or golf. where are we and what's the goal in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and beyond. And then you're looking from from a department standpoint, from infrastructure, facility standpoint. What do we need? What tools do we need to help our programs be successful? How are we connected to the university? So there's a lot of longer-term, visionary, strategic decisions that you have to be conscious of, and you have to be working kind of day to day, year to year, to make sure those are aligned with those with that longer-term vision. But each year contributes to that 3 or 5 year or 10-year plan.
One of the things that's short-term is the Red Blue game. Can't believe basketball's already here. What a run last year for Tommy Lloyd in his first year. Red Blue game's coming up on Friday night, 7:30. Talk to me about what Red Blue means as we kick off the basketball season for the Wildcats, year 2 for Tommy Lloyd.
Well, it's hard to believe that it's already here. I think this may go down as one of our earliest Red Blue games in history. But we just started practice Monday. The opportunity to showcase our team on Friday night will be something very special in year 2 of Tommy Lloyd. It's a big weekend. We've got a lot going on. I think that's what I look at is just the totality of this weekend with cross country. We've got the Luke documentary that's being unveiled this week on Friday. We've got the football game against Colorado. A huge weekend of U of A athletics. But it will be fun to see. I think we've got over 13,000 tickets out for the game, so we're going to have a huge crowd inside of McHale again. So I encourage people to get a ticket and get it soon to come in and watch the team. But kind of unveil the chapter 2 of Coach Lloyd, and a lot of familiar faces, but some new pieces that have been brought in, young guys that are coming in that are going to make a real impact. So again, just see how that program has grown and evolved in the year. And very excited about Friday. It will be a lot of fun.
Tickets $7. You can get them at 621-CATS or go to ArizonaWildcats.com. I remember last year I sat down with Dalen Terry before the game started, and he goes, I'm going to show off this year. I'm going to show my personality, because he felt like he had established himself. It really is the beginning for a lot of these kids, and you're going to get Kirk Risa back. You're going to get Azulis back. You're going to get so many of these players back. One of my favorites is Umar Ballo. The stories of the players and where they've come from, both domestically and internationally, for this team is really something to behold.
Yeah, there's neat stories behind all of those, and the mix of the players and their backgrounds, like you said, where they come from. It's really kind of a melting pot of guys, and that makes the program something special, I think very unique. So again, fun night to see them in a lot of different ways. And as I said, when we kick off the evening with the Loot documentary over at Centennial Hall, I encourage people to come, because there will be a high number of former players, some of the greats of our history, that will be at that event and that are coming over for the Red Blue game. So big night. We have a lot of recruits in town. So that's, again, a very special evening for our men's basketball program, and really to celebrate the University of Arizona.
What's that like for the program, for Tommy Lloyd, for yourself, when you continue to honor the legacy of Coach Olson? There's a statue outside. The players wore a patch last year. Now you have the documentary. I mean, I always tell people he built a kingdom out here in the desert, and to see Tommy add to it, and all of the people that have come after him add to this castle to make sure that it stands forever, is pretty important to this community.
It's very important. I think we can never lose sight of our past, and Coach Olson really did build basketball here. He put this university on the map. He helped really put Tucson on the map, identify it then more than just a place out there in the Southwest desert. And credit to him and all the hard work of his assistants and the great players that came in. But I think more so when you talk to the former players who played for Coach Olson, the great family feel, the great allegiance, loyalty they have to the university and to the program. It really is a brotherhood. It really is a family. And Tommy has embraced that and wants to continue that. He's very connected with our past and has great respect for it, because that's part of our future. That's part of who we are. That's part of the bones of our program that make this place great. And we're as good as those people that have come before us. We kind of, as they always say, you kind of stand on those key figures' shoulders and then try to elevate the program even further.
Slam dunk contest will take place during the Red Blue game. I was a judge last year, but I understand there's might be some surprise judges this year. It's not that easy to judge, because you have to decide, am I going to grade low in the very beginning and then go high, or if I go high, there's no place to go once Dalen Terry starts winding up.
Well, yeah, I've been a judge. I think one year I was a judge. It's not the easiest thing to do there. They're all pretty spectacular, and we'll see how it works out. And we'll see who those faces are they're going to judge this year.
All right, you want to break some news? I saw a social media post with Sean Elliott and Steve Kerr looking into an Arizona duffel bag and saying, oh, and then something says 9/28/22. We've heard rumors that there might be new threads for the Arizona basketball team. Any comment?
Well, I saw that. I thought that we're on the 28th, we're just going to allow them to open their equipment bag. We just sent them some workout shorts and a T-shirt so they can represent a little bit more when they're hanging out in the areas that they are. So I guess that's news to me if anything big's happening. We'll have to see what comes out on the 28th. Again, I just thought we just sent them a T-shirt and some shorts.
Hint, hint, you better be following Arizona basketball on social media. See the new threads that are coming out that you'll probably see tomorrow for my birthday. That's, I thought, my birthday present. They'll unveil new uniforms. Football this weekend. Big game. Big game. Talk to me about last week against Cal. Good game, hard-fought game. Cal wins on the road. Yeah,
certainly going to the Bay Area and playing Cal, we had a nice first half. I think our football team was prepared, and we thought we had a chance there to maybe go get one on the road, but eventually Cal kind of wore us down and made enough plays to beat us. Certainly the running back had a phenomenal day, an outstanding running back, and their program's developed, and you can see their size and strength under the leadership of their coaching staff. You know, they've really kind of begun to turn the corner there, and thought you could see that a little bit. But again, I thought we competed very hard, as we always do. We had moments where we could have snuck our way back into it, just didn't work out. It's one of those, hey, here's where we are today, and let's continue to build on that. We've got a big weekend. We're looking forward, and our coaches are excited to have Colorado in town. I hope we have a great crowd. There's no reason not to be here. It's a 6:30 start. It's a perfect start in the desert. We've got an opponent coming in here. Let's fill that stadium up, give the energy that our players deserve and they need, because this is really about everyone. We've talked about this, Rich. I think the next step for this program is about everyone getting on board. Fans, support, that stadium, making it an environment that can help our team is the next step, and that's what's going to get us over the hump and really make this a winning program. And we're all part. We've got a number of big, high-level recruits that are in, and so it's a big Saturday. It's definitely a big Saturday against Colorado. So hope we can fill up the stadium.
As we're sitting here, Dave Hickey's office, apologize. My son's calling me. He's in Japan right now on his ship, so I'll call him back in just a second. We talk about this all the time. There's a ticket special coming up this week as well, just to have the community come out there. When I talk to the kids, I talk to the players. But, Dave, this has been everywhere. When I worked in the NFL, where I worked in Major League Baseball, you go in there with energy into the stadium. It just means something different.
Yeah, let me say right there, thank you to the Zona Zoo and to our students for setting that tone. In our first couple of ball games, being in there loud, proud, filling the entire student section like it hasn't been filled in many, many years. But yeah, the energy when you walk out onto the field in pregame warm-ups, you can feel that buzz, and that's important. When you walk out and it's just not there, there's a little bit of a letdown, and that's where people can make a difference. And so, again, really looking forward to a great crowd Saturday and an excellent football game, and then a lot of fun after the game.
Feedback on some of the changes, concession stands. I know I had family come in for the North Dakota State game. They went down to that little market that you showed us, and they walked away like, hey, I like Arizona Stadium.
Yeah, I think we've done a number of things. Tremendous partners with Aramark to really embrace some of the challenges we have, but look for opportunities in other areas in our food service area that have really improved. I think our menu has improved. The quality of the food has certainly improved. The ease of access, some of these, markets that you can walk into and self-scan your food or your drink and move right on has really been helpful. It's been very positive. I think people have been very complimentary. It's reduced our lines. Now you can just go get a soda or water or a beverage without having to wait in line when someone in front of you might be ordering 10 hot dogs or a lot of popcorn. So it's really helped distribute the crowd around the stadium.
And I notice when I'm getting my 10 hot dogs, people aren't complaining behind me, so I like that. A couple little things to talk about, make sure we give everybody a little bit of love. Women's golf, one of our favorites, Laura Anella, they started the season last week.
Yeah, terrific start. in the fall season. Really kind of, again, we're getting ourselves ready for the big championship season in the spring, but a terrific opening tournament, some really low scores by some of our newcomers that are exciting to see. So loved what they did, and out on the road in a different environment, back in Nashville, back in Tennessee, finished, I think if I have my numbers right, they finished second to Vanderbilt, to the home team, with a high number of other programs in the really high quality programs that were in it. So looks outstanding for Laura. It's a great start for the year.
In cross country got going. We talked to one of the student athletes a week ago. Is the cross country season's underway?
Yep, it's underway. And this Friday we'll have our lone home meet, the Dave Murray Invitational, out at Tucson Country Club. Public is welcome. Our women run at 7. The men run at 7:45. So really looking forward to watching them. It's an early start. Come on out, grab a cup of coffee, watch them run. You can be at work by 8:30. I guarantee it. We'll have it all done by about 8:30, and just enjoy. And everyone's welcome to come on out to TCC and watch us run on the golf course.
And again, remember everybody, the game against Colorado, perfect weather. The weather's broken. It's supposed to be 93 is the high, so it's going to be gorgeous at game time. And if you sign up at ArizonaWildcats.com and you get on the list to get the emails and everything, there's also a flash sale going on right now, 25% off tickets. So let's make sure we get out there and get behind this football team as they take on the Colorado Buffaloes.
Absolutely. Again, great kick time, lots of affordable ways to get inside the stadium. I think we've got a price point for everyone that wants to come. Could not be a better time. We wait. We talk about this. We talk a lot about when our kick times are. We have a perfect kick time, and it'll happen this week, and it'll happen next week when Oregon comes into town. But let's take care of business this week. Let's be loud and proud in the stadium. Let's make Arizona Stadium one of the toughest places to play.
Okay, let me get out of the way. Let you talk to the fans.
Well, hey, here we go. Another great week of Arizona athletics. Appreciate everyone's support, and we're all in this together. So let's join hands and really watch our programs excel through the year.
Bear down, Dave. Thank you so much.
Bear down. Go Cats. Thanks, Rich.
All right, we'll continue. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety.
1290.
It's the Rich Herrera Radio Show here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Coming up before the end of the program, somebody's going to win a $25 gift card courtesy of Dragoon Pills. We just give stuff away all the time. Like Thursday, what are we giving away, JW? You know?
Is it hangover cures for your birthday party?
Would be a good one. No, we give away a $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue coming up on Thursday. So today we're giving away a $25 gift card for you to enjoy Dragoon Pills. And then Thursday we're giving away, and it's a short show on Thursday. We talk with Roxy Bernstein on Thursdays and Dragon Ball's football headlines. And then we give away a $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue in honor of the Arizona Wildcats playing a home game. We just give. We give and give and give until it hurts.
You could make a lot of friends real happy with a $100 gift card.
Oh, 100%. By the way, tomorrow we're doing the show from Dragoon Brewing. They're located at 1859 West Grant Road. So come by tomorrow. We'll be out of Dragoon Brewing, 1859 West Grant Road for my birthday. Feliz cumpleaños, mi amigo. Does that sound right?
Are you trying to make me look stupid? Don't need any help from me, sir. That's right.
My Spanish isn't that good.
Close enough.
I think so. All right. I want to go back out and take more telephone calls, but a quick reminder. The program today is brought to you by our friends at QC Kinetics. You know, QC Kinetics is helping people. What they're doing is pretty amazing. People that have been suffering from long-lasting joint pain for years. They're the nation's leader in exciting new joint pain treatments. With advanced regenerative medicine, it's a non-surgical alternative. So before, here's your deal. Oh, man, my back. I got arthritis, bone-on-bone arthritis, my shoulders, my hips. What am I going to do? Well, let's see. There's always been steroids. There's been pain meds. Neither one of those is very good for you. And surgery. How about something all natural? How about having your own body's healing properties help you? And that's what they do. Regenerative treatments. It can restore and repair damaged tissue. Maybe you've been diagnosed with that bone-on-bone arthritis as you get older, and you've been told you need replacement. Well, call QC Kinetics now for an alternative way to deal with the pain. These amazing protocols work with pain caused by injury as well, like torn meniscus or a rotator cuff. Call right now. They're located right here in Tucson, Academy in Orange Grove, 520-497-4955, 520-497-4955, QC Kinetics, 520-497-4955. One more time, write it down, 520-497-4955. Call QC Kinetics now, and don't keep living with that pain. Learn how regenerative medicine can give you your life back with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. QC Kinetics. All right, number for you to join us here on the program, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, the number for you to join us. Tomorrow, Arizona, I think, Dave wouldn't give it up, but I'm pretty sure, now we've heard about this for a while, Tucson, that Arizona is going to change out their jerseys. It's been in the pipeline for a while. They work with the designers at Nike, and when Tommy Lloyd came in, and I think it was the end of Sean Miller as well, they wanted to change out the uniforms to something new. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? What are they going to look like tomorrow? Because they're supposed to unveil them tomorrow. And I've asked. I was in Dave Hickey's office, couldn't get anything. I've asked the folks in the SID's office. I went snooping around the basketball office. Nothing. Nada.
There are a lot of safeguards against people like you getting in there and getting a look before you're supposed to, I think.
I know. I was looking, trying to figure out. I looked online.
I want to get online. I need a computer.
Every once in a while, you'll get somebody that'll leak it out. Nothing. And I'm not sure everybody knows the process to put these together takes a long time.
Sure.
The designers from the shoe companies, whether, here in Arizona, it's Nike. Under Armour does this every year for the Navy uniforms. Nike does it every year for the Army uniforms. That's where I follow this. I also once worked on a project of rebranding a team in uniforms and colors and all the rest of that. So it takes a long time because you go back and forth and you kind of give conceptually, all right, here's what my thought is. And then the folks at the in this case, Nike will take your ideas and your concepts and say, okay, here's what we come back with, and then they'll come back and give you an idea, and then you give them an idea, and then they go back and forth. It goes back and forth a bunch until everybody's happy. Then, and only then, do you start outsourcing it to get made, and most of the stuff's made overseas. So it takes a good 2 years to change your uniform out.
You're literally talking about what I went to school for, I've done logo designs for 25 years, and if you're just doing a logo design for a friend who's starting an Etsy, business site, that takes 2,700 meetings and a whole bunch of different changes. So when you're talking about how many moving parts are involved with the legacy of the program, Nike's responsibility to represent themselves as a international company, everybody else has a saying, like the old committee, horse by committee camel scenario where too many cooks in the kitchen, that kind of thing. You really have to go over it again and again and again and make sure you cross all the T's, dot all the I's type of thing.
So here's my question I'm throwing out to people. Which version of Arizona basketball do you want to see? Do you want to go way, way back old school? Steve Kerr, Sean Elliott, it was very, very plain. Do you like the new modern look that you had for DeAndre Ayton with that gradient style, or is it somewhere in the middle? Because there's a whole bunch of people, and I'm going to throw the phones open for this right now. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. There was an article, Greg Hansen might have wrote about this in the paper, about the old school cactus logo.
Right.
There was really never even an official logo. They just kind of made it and threw it up. put out some T-shirts, and I think Dick Tomey liked it.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of people in town that love that logo.
That was my era as a kid growing up, was the Cactus Gradient logo.
Is that something that you hope that they bring back and use in a more, that they use more in a big way? Because it's interesting. During the Mike Stoops era, they had that new kind of look, shadow of a cactus. I loved that old school Arizona logo they had with Mike Stoops. It was a little, I don't know how to describe it. You know the one I'm talking about, where it looked like the shadow of a cactus with Arizona. I thought that looked sharp. People didn't like it because they liked the old school cactus gradient, like you said, Lute Olson, Dick Tomey logo. Now, here's the rub. I am an old man. JW, hate to say this, you are no longer hip and cool. You're an old man.
I'm getting there, yeah, for sure.
No. You're an old man. How
Okay.
Are you over the
Fair
age?
enough.
Are you over the age of 14?
I am over the age of 14, yes.
Then you've therefore are an old man. Here's the deal. I'm going to throw this out to everybody in town. I'm going to ask you this. Do you love that old school logo? Do you wish they bring back that Dick Tomey cactus logo? Now, if we love that and that's what you grew up and that's your comfort level, that's great. But I'll ask you this, those of you with kids, how many of your kids are going to wear that logo? How many of your kids are going to think that logo is cool? Maybe, listen, you know what I saw the other day? It was amazing. Out in front of Froggenfurken, they do a little mercantile exchange.
Right.
When we're out there. And I'm laughing my tail off. And again, I'll open up the phone lines for you. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. It's like I went over to my boss's house one night, and he had a daughter that was in high school, and she goes, "Oh, man, I love going to the thrift store. I love going to the Goodwill and looking for vintage things like Tommy Hilfiger." And I'm like, what? For her, vintage was something from the from the year 2000.
Sure.
That was vintage for her because it was before she was born. And I laugh because I watched all these kids. There's a whole, I don't know if you guys know this, there is a whole business now of entrepreneurs that go to garage sales and they buy old school, ratty looking stuff that's been in my closet, in your closet, and sitting in your garage for 15, 20 years, and you're just happy to get rid of it because your wife says, do you really need to hang on to all this old crap that you're never going to wear again? And most importantly, you don't fit into it, so get rid of it. We've all had that conversation. So you sell your 1998 Denver Broncos t-shirt, or your old Troy Aikman jersey, or your old Arizona Wildcat t-shirt you got when you were a freshman in high school because you've been holding on to it ever since. We all have it. I got probably 4 totes. You know those big plastic tubs of just old t-shirts I refuse to get rid of.
Yeah, I got more than I can count.
Do you understand what a gold mine you're sitting on right now? Because there are people that cruise around to garage sales looking for this old school stuff that you and I would like. You know what? I'm only putting it on the garage sale because I don't know if the Goodwill would take it. They take it, they wash it, they iron it, and then they resell it.
Yeah.
And kids go crazy.
Yeah, vintage stuff has always got a market.
But I laugh because now I'm vintage.
Sure.
I'm vintage.
I think the word we're looking for is retro. So the idea...
I'm retro.
The question is, if I might take a stab at your question, if you're coming in as a new coaching staff to a program that has so much established history, you want to, bring in some of that history to the present, but you obviously don't want to lean on that so much. So there has to be some element of the retro. You're talking about The Sean Elliott, Steve Kerr jerseys, they're great. Very classic pinstripes.
But none of the kids know who they are.
But, Rich, the problem with those jerseys is quite simple. The shorts are like 12 inches. So
the short shorts?
And then the same thing with the Gilbert Arenas era. Those jerseys are great as well, but they're the super baggy Fab 5 era jerseys, so they're way too baggy. So there has to be kind of a happy medium with the style mixed with the style of clothing, mixed with the style of pinstripes and all of that stuff. And if you're going to bring the Cactus logo back, it can't be that exact logo, right? Because it's super 70s. I think late 70s is when that came out.
Well, but here's the deal. And I'm not sure if Arizona's ready for this. In order to be relevant to a 14-year-old kid, I don't think 14-year-old kids go retro. I don't think 14-year-old kids go retro. So I say this all the time. When I worked out in Miami Hurricanes had some garish uniforms.
It fits with the city, though, right?
No, it's not that. Maryland has had some crazy uniforms.
Yes, they have.
Okay, here's a perfect example, the Oregon Ducks.
Sure.
Why are the Oregon Ducks so popular? Because of their uniforms. Because they put these crazy uniforms out, and every kid in America wants them. Every kid in America wants a piece of Oregon Duck gear. Even if you sit in the middle of Louisiana and your mom and dad are LSU fans and you're going to go to LSU, you will have an infatuation with Oregon in their gear. So I'm wondering, when Tommy Lloyd rolls out the new jerseys, does he do it in mind? Because I'm sure he's had some input on this. Do you do this thinking, am I wanting to appeal to old men like JW and I?
Sure.
Or am I going to appeal to a 14-year-old kid? And I will tell you this, I've had a 14-year-old kid who lived in my house. I was a 14-year-old boy once. 14-year-old boys dress like garbage. 14-year-old boys are probably the worst fashion sense group walking the face of the earth. 14-year-old boys couldn't figure out what to put on if you laid it out in front of them. They'd put it on backwards. They put on the wrong colors. But that's who Arizona basketball and the school needs to appeal to, because those are the kids that you eventually want to get to come here. It's not about you and me. And I know it's hard for people to understand that. It's not about you and me. It's about that 8th grader with no – have you seen how 8th graders dress? It's that 8th grader that better think this is cool so we can start developing an affinity for the Arizona Wildcats.
I think we might be out of our depth because two old men trying to determine what a 14-year-old thinks is cool, that's not an argument that you could ever win. I think that there's no element to that you can predict.
Well, I got a 17-year-old nephew, and he dresses like garbage.
Sure. To me, the target audience is quite simply the 14-year-olds who are going to come play here want to envision themselves in a jersey that's cool, of course. But as far as any redesign is concerned, I think the 20 to 70-year-olds who are already established in the country as huge Arizona fans, and if there's a jersey that's outrageously cool and maybe brings back some of the 80s style or 90s style.
How old are that?
What's that?
What'd you say, 20 to...
Well, Arizona basketball has been dominant since 86, 87, we'll call it.
Right.
So everybody who's come through the program, lived in Tucson, had any affiliation with the program, took a little bit of that with them. Maybe they moved around the country or whatever. But if you're talking about redesigning a jersey for the fans to embrace.
Yeah, they don't count. They don't matter. I've sat and talked with the Nike designers. I've met the folks from Under Armour. For college athletics, I worked part-time for a little bit at Fanatics, the store where you buy all the gear. It's like the official gear of the Cats. They're actually based in Tampa, Florida. So I worked for them for a little while, and when they were called Majestic Sports, Majestic was the parent company, and then they got gobbled up and bought out by Fanatics. And I was surprised. I learned all this stuff I never thought about before. Everything that the colleges are all about is appealing to a kid who will be a future recruit, because all the old people and all the established people, all the people in their 20s go, I hate this uniform. This is garbage. And then when you ask the coaches, well, why do you have this uniform that all your fans hate? Because I'm not recruiting my fans. I'm recruiting a 12-year-old boy, and I need him to think it's cool.
For the record, I don't believe Arizona basketball has ever had a jersey that was quote-unquote garbage. So I don't think that's a problem at all. I think the styles that they've always had have been appealing to people of all ages. So, I mean, the Arizona style is pretty classic. I think there's so much they can do with it.
Well, so that's why I'm interested to see tomorrow. Do you go back to that? So you can either go classic, which never, it's like New York Yankees never runs out of style.
Sure.
Or you go retro, but then the retro is going to roll over every once in a while. That's why I think I'm fascinated to see what they come out with tomorrow.
My prediction as a designer, Rich, is that it will be a combination of some form of nod to those people who came before, and also clearly they're going to have the stylings of modern stylings. All jerseys these days are styled, in a modern style as far as where the stripes are and as far as the sides are concerned. I don't know if they'll go way back to those pinstripes that they had originally, but I just think as far as Cactus logos or how big the font is a big part of this. I can't imagine that they'll be super retro or super modern and some kind of balance between the two.
Well, we will see tomorrow. Something to anticipate. Look out on Instagram and on Facebook and Twitter. They'll roll out the new jerseys. I'm interested to see, do they embrace that old school 70s and 80s Cactus look somehow into it? Do they go back to the Steve Kerr, Judd Bushler, Matt Muehlbach jersey? Do they go to the Gilbert Arenas jersey? What are we going to get for the Arizona Wildcats? I think I've read somewhere down the line there will be something honoring Lute, is what I read about a year and a half ago, that there will be something on there to honor Lute. So we'll see, because when Lute passed, Sean Miller was the coach. They didn't have time to do anything for the jersey, so all they could put was the patch on. So we'll see if that's going to be part of the jersey as well.
One last one we didn't mention is the championship jerseys, also very classic style. And again, that's a little bit of the late 80s pinstripe, but also has the color down the side. Those are also some really nice, really classic, clean jerseys.
Yeah, so we'll see. I think it's just keep an eye out for that tomorrow. All right, coming up on the program, Kate Reese will join us, star of the Arizona women's basketball team. She's a fan favorite. She's a friend of the program. We'll find out how her rehab is doing. She hurt her shoulder, man. It was heartbreaking watching her try to play with that shoulder that was injured last year. She'll join us next. I'm Rich Ferrer. Thanks for joining us. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The Locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball, he underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
We continue with you here on Wildcats Radio 1290. All right, basketball's getting ready to get going, and you know how partisan I am when it comes to Arizona women's basketball. Adia Barnes is going to come on the program later this week, but let's just start getting you ready for basketball season with one of my favorites. We all agree she's a friend of the show, Kate Reese, the pride of Texas, joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. It feels like it's been forever since I've been on, so I'm excited to be here.
I know. Where have you been? You don't call, you don't write, you don't come by. I guess you've been busy doing something like rehab, right?
Yeah, I've definitely been doing that for a couple months now. So,
all right. So talk to me. Tell me how you are physically. It broke my heart watching you try to play. You're taped up. You're just doing everything you can to get out there, showing everybody what it means to bear down as you're grinding. Talk about what the last 6 months has been like for you.
it's definitely been as mentally challenging as it was physically, I think, especially at the beginning and here at the end, just because I couldn't lift my arm at all when I first started, and I've never been seriously injured before, so I didn't know what to expect, and that's not what I was expecting. So it was definitely painful and just like mentally exhausting, just going in every day, going to rehab, and then seeing my teammates play. I think that's one of the hardest things, but they definitely were always there for me. Coach Adia was there for me, so it made things a little easier.
And you're not just a sit-around person. Kate Reese joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. You're not just a sit-around person, you know, eating ice cream, watching Disney Plus like me, are you?
I mean, ice cream is my favorite food, but yeah, I definitely didn't eat too much of that while I was doing rehab.
All right, so how's the shoulder feel? What's the rehab been like?
I'm definitely really close. I got cleared last week. I just have a little bit more range of motion that I need to get, but they basically said I'll get that playing. So I'm full go, basically, doing contact, getting back into everything, getting back in shape, which is one of the most important things.
So I have to ask you this. I'm a lot older than you are. Tomorrow's my birthday, by the way, so I'm a lot older than you are. But you're now like one of the old people on the team. You're like one of Adia's originals. Talk to me about what this is like. You're going into this season. You're the one that all these kids are looking up to. Oh, look, there's Kate Reese.
First off, happy early birthday.
Thank you. See, that's why she's a friend of the program, folks.
Second, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I feel like I was a freshman last year. It goes by so fast, especially having a fifth year now. It's kind of weird. Like I'd be done now. So that's kind of crazy too. But yeah, it's gone by so fast. I mean, Coach Adia, she recruited me to come here and turn the program around along with Ari and Sam. So that's exactly what I think we did. So, I mean, I'm really happy looking back at, all we did, all I did, and, just trying to leave this last year the best we can.
So you're like a reverse gap year. Some kids take a year off in between school. You actually stayed an extra year.
Yeah, I'm happy we got that opportunity, especially after getting injured at the end of last year. That kind of took my options away from me. So being able to come back and rehab and do surgery and get stronger and better for a fifth year was, an option I definitely couldn't turn down.
Is it cool when you see Ari and you see Sam playing in the WNBA?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we got to go and see Ari and Sam play up in Phoenix over the summer. And then having Ari back now is awesome. I think it's kind of crazy. Like, I used to see her as my point guard, as my teammate, and now she's one of the coaches. So it's definitely, the tables have turned a little bit, but it's cool that she's back.
Okay, so let's talk about expectations for this season. Different roster, new players, you're coming back. What's your expectation for the year?
I mean, everyone here is so competitive. We all want to win, which is something that's amazing. Everyone always gets in the gym. They're constantly shooting, constantly trying to get better. So I think that this year is definitely going to be different than last year. We were supposed to do big things last year, and obviously we fell short. I don't think that's the case this year. Everyone wants to win, and, I think everyone is going to do their part to do that.
I told Adia a couple years ago, someone much smarter than I said this. It was Joe Madden, who used to be the manager of the Cubs. He said, a mind once expanded never goes back to its original form. You've tasted the champagne. You know what it's like to get to the Final Four. How much does that drive you? How much does that mean to you? Because sometimes it's not just the best team. You also have to have a little bit of luck, a little bit of pixie dust to get there as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're constantly raising the bar here at Arizona. I mean, we went to the WNIT. We won it my freshman year. Sophomore year, obviously, we would have done huge things in the NCAA tournament. Unfortunately, that was cut short because of COVID. So, I mean, coming back my junior year and being able to go to the Final Four, go to the national championship was amazing. And like you said, it does take a little bit of luck. It takes, every little puzzle piece falling in the right place. Unfortunately, last year that didn't happen. But we still have our eyes set on going to the Final Four this year. And I think we definitely have the capability to do that. We just have to we have to peak at the right time. We have to have the least amount of injuries that we possibly can. So I think it takes a lot, but I think we can do it.
All right, so you're going to come on the show a lot this season?
Yeah. Whenever you want me to come on, I'll be here.
Sure, because, again, friend of the program, I want to have you come on. By the way, how's the family? How's mom and dad and your sisters?
Oh, yeah, they're great. Allie is in Tucson, actually. So we have a little Mr. On's community service thing I'm doing on Thursday. So she'll be there. She'll be my +1. So I'll be cooking it up at Mr. On's. But they're all good. My family.
Wait, no, hold on. You're going to cook?
Yeah, I did it me, Sam, and Lauren Ware did it last year. So I'm excited to go back and do it again this year. But yeah, it was a little scary when the fire comes up with the onion volcano, but I'm excited.
Can you do the thing where you flip the shrimp into somebody's mouth?
Yeah, I did do it, actually.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I did. One time it hit the metal thing on top, but, it takes a couple practice shots and then you get it.
All right, I trust you then. By the way, anything good you've been streaming or watching?
I was watching the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary on.
I don't know if I want to watch that or not. Is it spooky, scary, creepy?
It definitely goes into detail about what happened. So, yeah, that was a little scary. But besides that, I've been watching this great British baking show just because I do it while I'm doing homework, just to distract myself a little bit and have background music. But I haven't really been watching too much. I mean, I've just been really tired, honestly. So just relaxing, and I play video games too, so I do that. But.
See, I've watched the new Andor Disney Plus. It was okay, and then I forgot Karate Kid came out. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet either, honestly. So I'm excited for you. They just said it's coming out in like January, so I'm excited. Looking forward to that.
All right, good. All right, so we'll see you again. You guys have Media Day coming up, and then you're going to be coming on the show the entire season. Kate Reese is going to come hang out with us. Kate, thanks so much.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, Rich Herrera will continue with you. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go, steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big
Fully
time.
on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear. They just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
Each weekday, Wildcats Radio 1290 brings you all the latest news and opinions on Wildcats football and the Pac-12. So bear down, Tucson, and let's talk Arizona football. Our Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Coors Light, official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Chill on, Wildcats. Here is your host, Rich Herrera.
All right. Normally on Tuesday, Lamont Hunley joins us to talk Arizona football, but Lamont's on vacation right now, so we said, you know what? We got to go big. We got to go big. We can't just get anybody to come in here and fill in. No. We got to get a legend. We got to get a living legend, somebody that we talk about on the program quite a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, welcome to the program. Today's Arizona Insider, Sweet D, David Adams, our guest here on 1290. David, bear down, brother. How are you?
I'm fantastic, my friend. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for doing this. And by the way, we'll also tell everybody and make the announcement. Glenn Howell is out of town this weekend with his family. Family always comes first. We know that. So Sweet D is going to fill in on the pregame show as well. So I got 2 running backs with me this weekend.
Best position in football.
I love it. All right. This is the part of the show where we talk Arizona football and we go to people that actually played the game, that know the game, understand the game, and ask them their thoughts about what they're seeing right now with Arizona football. So we'll keep it that simple to start off this part of the program. What did you see out of the Cats on Saturday against Cal?
I saw a team that went out there, fired up, ready to make it happen. And then something happened at halftime, and they went back to the old Arizona, which was we don't stand a chance and let's just get out of here type of attitude. I thought that they were really going to pull something off the way they played the first half.
You know, they ended up giving up 599 yards. Jaden Ott was spectacular, 274 yards. 3 touchdowns, and I talked to Brendan Carroll today during the press conference, asked him a question. Also talked with Johnny Nansen. For Carroll, he said it starts up front, and they've got to be more aggressive at the line of scrimmage to get that tempo going. What do you see with the offense? Because it really was a tale of 2 halves. Arizona wins the first half and get outscored 28-7 in the second.
Well, I think one of the things was everything starts up front on both sides of the ball. But it's just sometimes when your confidence level drops a little bit, it can carry a snowball into the fact of where everything you do is wrong. You block the wrong guy. You jump offside. You get a holding penalty there. You get blocked and the running back runs past you and gains 200-some yards and nothing seems to work. And you just mentally just want to go home. And that's what I think they wanted to do in that second half, is just get out of there while they could.
David Adams joining us now here on Wildcats Radio 1290, our Arizona insider. So, with that being said, how do you get past all this? Because again, it's a building process. Last year the team won 1. This year they have 2. But certainly everybody and their brother is going to see the film from North Dakota State and from Cal and say, "Oh, we could run on this team, and you could take their spirit."
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. I mean, anytime you can run successfully, you're usually going to win the game or have a good game, no matter where you are. But when they start running to the degree that they were running to in the last 2 losses, that comes from a mental attitude of, I'm not going to allow this to happen anymore. And I didn't see any of that in the game Saturday, where they were just like, okay, you're going to knock me out of the way, and I'll go with it. I just want to go home. And what happens is you need to have somebody on some side of the ball knock the snot out of somebody and say, look, you may win, but you're going to remember this game. And they didn't have anybody to do that.
So when you look at what Jaden Ott was doing, I mean, it looked like he was so comfortable hitting holes, in the confidence level took off. What happens when you're a running back and you see a team that's back on their heels and you've already broken one for 74 or 73 and you get an opportunity to just keep banging 10, 15 yards? I mean, what goes through a running back's mind? What do they see?
Well, it's gratefulness because the offensive line is doing well, and you get to display your skills, you get to help the team win, and you get to be responsible, the responsible clog in a victory because everybody's doing their job. I mean, you get all the credit, all the girls love you and all this kind of stuff, but you know as a back that everybody did their job because most of the time long runs happen when there's good blocking by the receivers and the offensive line. There's very few long runs where you just did a lot of it on your own. You know, you can have a great 10-yard game that showed a lot of your ability, but you very rarely have 60, 70, 80-yard runs without the receivers being involved and of course, the O-line.
How do you slow that guy down? Because we've seen it with Auden. We saw the week before where guys are just getting ahead of steam and running downhill. How do you slow them down?
You got to knock them out of and let them know that was a fluke. You know, you did break a long run, but that's not the norm. And you got to start hitting them and hitting them and hitting them to the point to where even when they don't have the ball, somebody is hitting them. But when you just tackle them, there's a difference from hitting somebody and tackling somebody.
What's the difference?
Just tackling them. Well, one, a hit makes you think. A tackle, you just say this is part of the game. See, when somebody knocks the mess out of you, you're like, wow, he was serious. And let me think about how I can use his aggressiveness against him or make something happen to where I don't have to run through that area again because he came and somebody on the defensive end didn't come to play. Let me find him. So there's the big difference.
Wow, I've never heard anybody put it that way before. The difference between hitting and tackling, because we saw a lot of tackling and not a lot of hitting.
Yeah, tackling brings the guy down. Hitting means kiss my butt, don't try that again. So it's a big difference in the statement that you're making. You know, if every time you got in trouble, your mom made you stand in the corner, there's no consequences. But if you got in trouble and you got a whooping or they took your phone away, something that you really, really like, then you start thinking, well, if I continue to break the TV, I'm going to get a whooping, I'm going to get my phone taken away, stuff like that. I stop breaking the TV. And it's the same in football. Oh, this doesn't hurt. All they do is tackle. Okay, well, if that's all they're going to do, I'm going to come with it, and they're going to pay. And that's what happened in Saturday's game.
Okay, so what's the difference when you hit the hole between a team that's tackling and a team that's hitting?
Well, the thing is, a team that's hitting makes you think, okay, now I got to think while I'm running because these guys are very aggressive. But if you're just going to tackle me and I don't feel nothing, there's no price to pay, I just try anything. And, you know, you may try, like, for example, you see somebody run a sweep.
I think we have David. Okay, I'm sorry, David. Say that again. Your phone cut out for just a sec.
Sorry about
I think I have him. Hold on just a second. Let me see. I kind of hear. I'm sorry, we're having some cell phone trouble. Can you hear me, David?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know what? Can we put him back on hold for just a second? Let me see. We're gonna call you.
Problem.
We're gonna call you right. No, wait a minute. Now I think I got you. Hold on. I feel like that Verizon commercial. Now I got you. Okay. You were saying on the sweep, if I'm not going to, if I'm just tackling you, you're not going to have your head in a swivel. I think is what you were saying.
Right. Well, and here's the thing: if you're running a sweep left and you come all the way back right, and there's no consequences play, you didn't lose no yards, you just made some things happen. I don't have to think anymore because you guys aren't really trying to do very much. You may just tackle me, but if I do that same thing and I lose yards, okay, that doesn't work for them anymore. If you knock the mess out of me, okay, they're still very serious. You got to make a running back think about what he's doing, not just run through there like no matter what I do, it always works. You're going to be in for a long night.
Gotcha. David Adams, our Arizona insider today, filling in for Lamont Hunley. And I don't know, I'm pretty excited about working with you on Saturday. You take over for Glenn Howell.
I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a good time, and you know we're very compatible, me and you. So it's going to be fantastic.
Now this is going to be great, and Kelvin's excited because he's got two running backs with him. Now there's two. I got two running backs as I get ready for the game against Colorado. Because honestly, David, and I've started to talk to some of the folks from Colorado. I just expect them to give us a Tucson to basically try to do what North Dakota State did, and I think they're going to copy everything that Cal did, and Arizona pretty much knows. I think Colorado's just going to come right down the field and try to run the ball down your throat.
Why should they try anything else? Everybody else did it, and what you start to say is our backs are better than their backs, so why, if their backs aren't as good as our backs did that, why can't we do it? And we'll do it until they stop it. And then the problem is, in a lot of cases like that, you'll stop that, and they start throwing passes, and next thing you know, you done gave up 400 yards in passing because everything was geared for the running game, and you didn't have a balanced defensive attack.
And we really saw that with the North Dakota State game when they started cheating up. In fact, at one point, Nansen had to call a zone defense to make sure that the guys stayed back to where they were because they weren't slowing down. One of the things that Carroll talked about and Nansen talked about today when I went to the press conference is it's not a lack of effort for the guys in some of these things. I get what you're saying. Once I break your back and I take your spirit, come on, can we just get out of here? This thing, I can't stop this guy. I get how that's going to overwhelm you, and that's what really game of football is taking somebody else's spirit. One of the things they talked about was guys not being disciplined, guys missing their alignment and assignment, something that Glenn preaches to us all the time. Talk to us about staying in your lane because as I watch the film and I rewatch the game, I see a lot of guys that are kind of getting out of their lane, trying to do too much, covering two gaps when they're only asked to stop one gap. Offensive linemen that are trying to take on too many guys. Talk to me about having to stay disciplined and trust the guy next to you that he's going to do his job so you're concentrating on yours.
Well, the thing is that you're trying your best to give your teammate the benefit of the doubt. But after a while, when you lose faith in him, that's when you try to take two gaps. That's when you try to block two people because you stop having faith in your brother that's next to you because he may have screwed up 4 plays in a row, or maybe he screwed up all the passing plays. So you start having confidence in him, and instead of telling him, come on, I need you to get yourself together, you take it on yourself, and you say, okay, well, I'm going to have to figure out a way to block both people in order to make us be successful. And it works a couple plays, but it doesn't work long-term in the 4 quarters of a game because you cannot block 2 people consistently for 4 quarters.
Is that hard to do, to trust that guy next to you, especially when, he's gotten beat 4 times in a row and you want to help him because you want to be successful? You're frustrated, but, man, if I give up my spot to try to help take on his guy, my guy's going to get by me, and now we're worse off because now I got 2 guys that are getting free.
Yeah, but you don't see it that way. You figure, okay, look, he's going to come around sometime, so let me just help him as much as I can. I mean, it's like when when somebody's drowning in a swimming pool. Sometimes, you got to let go for a second to regroup to save them. Because if you don't, you both drown.
Yeah.
But it's hard to believe that this guy that I've worked with can't handle this guy here. It's hard to believe. So you're like, come on, man, you can do it. And just sometimes the confidence level of the person next to you just never makes it happen. So you end up trying to do two people's jobs, and it never works long term. You may be able to do it for a play or two, but then the defense figures it out, and you're in a worse situation than you were when you were trying to do one person on one.
What else you
Then
seen?
it comes out in the film. It comes out in the film on Sunday or whatever day you watch film.
What else are you seeing? What else did you see in the game?
Well, I've had issues with U of A from the standpoint of nobody wants to be the man consistently. And when I say be the man consistently, be the reason that we win. Be the reason that we score a touchdown. Be the reason that we make the stop. I want to be that reason. And I don't see a lot of that happening when I watch the U of A play.
You need someone to have that swagger. And it's funny because on one side we're saying I have guys that are trying too much, but then I do need that guy that just that has that swagger, that spot about him that he looks up and says, "Guys, I'm going to get this done."
Yeah, and it really helps if it's your quarterback because everything is centered around him, or a big hit on defense. Like, you know what, you may be up by 60, but you're not going to run the ball over here anymore. And then the rest of your team will say, yeah, we're down by 15, 16, whatever it is, but we're gonna make them pay. And I just haven't seen a lot of that happening with the U of A during their losses, especially. It's easy to be excited when you're ahead and things are going well. It's easy to be enthused, but it's what happens when things don't work. When all of a sudden, you go out there and you try and make something happen, and it's not working. You throw a pass and you get an interception. Do you crawl in a hole, or do you say, okay, that was just a fluke, and then go out and make something happen? It's very difficult.
How hard is that to be that guy? Once something bad happens and you're listen, if I mess up on the radio, I don't have 40,000 people standing there that paid money to watch me perform. I just kind of say, okay, listen, I can't let that happen again and move on. But when you're in front of 40,000 people and you look up and everybody has that look in your face, how hard is that to overcome?
Well, it's got to be in your makeup. I mean, you got to believe you're the man. You got to believe that when something bad happens, that's the fluke, not when something good happens is the fluke. And the thing about it is, 40,000 people are watching, but 40,000 people can watch you recover from a drop pass or an interception thrown just as well. And it doesn't take much to get people back on your side. You throw an interception, and then everybody's blowing you or they're mad at you, and then you go in and throw an 80-yard touchdown pass. Guess what? They just forgot about the interception you just threw a series ago. So it's in your makeup of yourself that you got to say, you know what, that's not me. Fumbling's not me. Missing tackles isn't me. Missing assignments isn't me. Let me just focus a little bit more and get my stuff together, and then you can make those things happen. But a lot of times players live in the past. They live in that, I just threw an interception, so I'm afraid to let the ball go. I just missed a tackle, so let me just try and get in a position to make him cut to somebody else. But
try not to lose.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
I like it. All right, so it's you and me. We're out on the mall Saturday for the game. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be fun. We'll have the players-only meeting. We're working on getting all the players. You were on the pregame show with us for the players-only meeting with Glenn and Kelvin. How was that?
Oh, I love it. Glenn, I love Glenn, and we go back a long way. 1985, 86, and he found, when you have a person that plays the same position as you, you already got a connection, especially when you have the similar mentality of running the ball. That also connects you, and those are two things that'll keep you connected for life. I mean, everybody is so happy to see everybody when you played a sport together because you know all the trials and tribulations that come with it.
I asked you this when you came on with this probably a year ago for Wildcat Wednesday, but what's the biggest thing you ever learned from the coaches that you've taken on with you? Because you played for Larry Smith, who is someone that I look up to, and I mean, I miss him every day. There's not a week that goes by that I don't think of something that Larry Smith taught me.
Yeah, Larry Smith taught me just don't quit. Meaning, even though the running back position really teaches you that, because when I got to U of A, I didn't play for 2 years. I started my last 3 years, but I didn't play for 2 years. 1 year of redshirt. Next year, I didn't play one play. And it was very difficult to keep my head up during that time because, it looked like everybody was correct. Well, he's too small to play, and he was only good in high school and that kind of stuff. He's not going to amount to anything, and it was very difficult to really come through that. And then Coach Smith would just pull aside and say, "Hey, David, don't worry, your day is coming. We have confidence in you, so don't give up on yourself." And that always helps when people believe in you.
That's awesome. He did work here at 1290. Coach and I did a pregame show way back in the day. So listen, when I get a chance to be around you and Glenn and Jay Dobbins and all the guys that he told me stories about for years, I just get excited. So I'm really excited to have you join us Saturday afternoon for the pregame show.
Oh man, I can't wait. When Glenn called me, he didn't even get the sentence out of his mouth before I said, "Sure, I'll be there."
That is outstanding.
I'm looking forward to it.
David Adams, Sweet D, joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Will be part of our coverage coming up this week, Saturday, before Arizona takes on Colorado. David, thank you so much. I'll talk to you Saturday.
Not a problem, my friend. Thank you.
All right, take care. Sweet D joining us, okay. David Adams, our guest here on Wildcats Radio 1290. All right, JW, we got to give some stuff away, right?
Yeah, let's do it after the break.
Yeah. No. I'm going to tell everybody to get ready. We'll tell you when to call in, and we're going to give you an opportunity to win a $25 gift card, courtesy of our friends at Dragoon Brewing. By the way, tomorrow we're doing the show out there for my birthday. Invite everybody to come out. 1859 West Grant Road. 1859 West Grant Road. We'll be out there doing the show tomorrow from 3 to 6. The program today brought to you in part by PGA Tour Superstore. Shop with the pros at Tucson's PGA Tour Superstore, home for golf pros and beginners. I can go and find golf equipment anywhere. I can go online. I can have it delivered to my house in a box. I can go out and find it at, any big box store. And that's great if you don't care about your game. But if you want somebody who's going to actually stand there and say, "Hey, listen, tell me about these shoes," and be an expert, then you go to PGA Tour Superstore. If you want somebody who's going to tell me, "Hey, listen, this putter's nice, but I don't think that's for you. I think you need to try this right here." They do that at PGA Tour Superstore because they have the greatest selection and staff that knows the game of golf and what you're looking for to take your game to the next level. You want to try out a club? Great. They got custom golf club fitters right there to help you. They do all the repairs for the University of Arizona golf team. They trust them. I trust them. You should trust them. PGA Tour Superstore. And here's the deal. They have a special hookup for listeners of this radio station. Tell them you listen to Wildcats Radio 1290. I'm not making this up. Somebody asked me the other day, "Hey, Rich, is this really true?" I said, "Yeah, I'm not making this up." You walk in, you tell them, "Hey, Wildcats Radio 1290. They'll take $20 off a purchase of $100, $50 off a purchase of $250 or more, only at PGA Tour Superstore. They're located Oracle and Limberlost, right near the Tucson Mall. One and only spot to stop for all your golf accessories and needs. PGA Tour Superstore. All right, coming up on the program, what do I got to do? I got to give away a $25 gift card. Stick around. We'll do that before the top of the hour. I'm Rich Herrera, JW Madden. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Thanks to Coors Light for bringing you today's Arizona Insiders on Wildcats Radio 1290. Coors, this is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
a huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Really on the field is a safety.
Oh, it would be helpful if I would turn my microphone on. Right? I think so. It helps to turn my microphone on. That's right. Coming up, I've got a gift card for $25 for Dragoon Pills. So we will give that away in just a moment. So I will tell you when to start calling at 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow, take the show on the road for my birthday. Presents are encouraged. No? Is that wrong? Should I not? Is that bad?
I think requiring that's bad, but encouraged, that's fine.
Rich out there just talking all day long.
That's what we're going to do tomorrow at Dragoon Brewing, 1859 West Grant Road. Come by, say happy birthday to me. Bring me a present. I'd appreciate it.
You let me down, son.
Yeah, don't let me down. Make sure you bring me something. I got a really cool birthday present for my wife. Pair of Nike Air Zoom 49er shoes.
Very cool. Are they cleats? Or are they like tennis shoes?
They're like tennis shoes. They're like the sideline shoes that coaches wear. I like to dress like a coach when I watch football. So a friend of mine that works there, he got me all hooked up. I got the whole Kyle Shanahan outfit, and then she got me Sunday. She got me the Nike 49er shoes. So if I'm standing there on the sideline, they might confuse me with the coach.
So you do not need Nike 49er shoes. You do not need a new Arizona football helmet, and you do not need a basketball that's been signed by Lute Olson.
The football helmet's pretty cool in the studio.
Very cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I like that style.
I do too. It's shiny. I didn't realize the white glistens.
That's what I said. Need some grass stains on there to make it, more field appropriate.
Yeah. And it's heavy. I didn't realize I was carrying it around. Man, this thing's heavy. But I do want, and she's going to yell at me for saying this, because I told her, no, get me these 49er Nike Zooms. I did see the new Arizona Nike Zooms, and they're pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm just saying, birthday plus.
Arizona's always had good kit since, like, the 80s.
Oh, we were talking about the jerseys earlier. Tommy Lloyd told Bruce Pascoe of the Arizona Daily Star, the jersey heads are going to love our new look. So there you go. Dave Hickey wouldn't give me the scoop on the program, but Tommy Lloyd saying tomorrow we'll see Arizona's new basketball jerseys. Pretty cool. Tomorrow on the program, Brian Jeffries joins us. It's Wildcat Wednesday, so we meet one of the Olympic athletes or coaches tomorrow on the program. We'll talk a little swimming and diving tomorrow because we go and make sure we shine a light on all the Arizona Wildcat athletic coaches and players and student athletes and all the programs to give everybody a fair share. And tomorrow, Al Borges, our coach that we have as an Arizona insider, will join us on the program as well. And we look at him for bigger things in more detail. And he kind of gives us a different perspective because we've got players, we got broadcasters, we got coaches. One thing we don't have is bloggers.
I just started a website, but know nothing about football.
Yeah, no, we have actually people that played and coached and broadcast the games.
I just started a website, but know nothing about football.
So anyway, we'll have that for you tomorrow on the program as well. I've been thinking about it. Anyway, let's see. What are we going to do? Oh, is it time?
We could do it.
All right, you're telling me shut up, Rich. Let's hurry up. Stop talking. Be quiet.
Well, right now I don't feel too agreeable.
I am agreeable to give something away, though. So why don't we do this? We will take you. I'll let you pick, JW.
Let's go number 7.
All right, hit it.
The Wildcats Radio 1290 box office is now open.
We feel that right away. It's just refreshing.
With tickets to ball games, concerts, movies.
Surely you can't be serious.
And more.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Start calling at 520-848-1290 to win. Good luck from Wildcats Radio 1290.
Boom, there you go. Caller number 7. Call right now, 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Caller number 7 right now will win a $25 gift card courtesy of our friends at Dragoon Brewing, where we will be tomorrow for the show. All right, Coming up in just a second, the best of the program, we sat down with Dave Hickey, Athletic Director, University of Arizona. He joins us coming up next. By the way, just a reminder, people might not know, if you haven't signed up yet for Arizona Wildcats, ArizonaWildcats.com, there is a flash sale going on right now. If you go to ArizonaWildcats.com, sign up to be on their mailing list, you can get 25% off tickets for this weekend against Colorado. So they want to see a big crowd out there. So if you had gone online and signed up, you'll get an email that says, hey, 25% off Wildcat tickets this weekend as Arizona welcomes Colorado. And then next week, of course, will be Oregon. All right, coming up next, Dave Hickey, the best thing of the program. We'll listen to the athletic director. I had a chance to go in his office and hang out with him this afternoon. We'll have that for you coming up next. I'm Rich Herrera, J.W. Madden. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290.